Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today's video, because it's the first Wednesday of the month, it's a video for the global monthly video collaboration group that I belong to. Wow, that's quite a mouthful. It's kind of a blog hop where people from all around the world use the same set of stamps or the same design or the same colours, and we all make a project and then we share it. And we give you links to other people who are in the blog, and then you can see what they've made as well. And last month, you may remember that we used the Magnolia Lane set, but this month we're using the tags set, and this is from the new holiday catalogue. And it's a little bit different kind of a set to ones that I've ever seen from Stampin' Up before. Now, I've only belonged to Stampin' Up for just over 2 years, so something like this may have been out before, but I've never seen it. And it's a different way of doing the stamps. They're photopolymer, and our photopolymer stamps are great for stamping because, let me just take them out and see. Because when you stamp, you can see right through the photopolymer. So if you're stamping and you need to stamp in a certain area, you know that your stamp is going to be positioned properly, you know where it's going to, sort of the lines are going to be, you know if you're doing any kind of an image where you've maybe stamped this and want something else stamped up here next to it, you don't have to worry about positioning because you can see right through it. The only downside to photopolymer is that it doesn't have any cushioning. It's not like our red rubber stamps where you have the little cushion part and, you know, as you press down, it sort of pushes. This doesn't. So the best thing to do is, when you've got it on your stamp block, is to stamp onto something, sort of like a little stamping mat. I have a big foam stamping mat that I use. Some people will use a pile of catalogues or something like one of the old telephone books, if people still have those, I'm not sure, but something like that, just to give you a little bit of cushioning so that you're not stamping onto a really hard surface, and then you get a better image. Now, what you've probably noticed is that these stamps come 3 on 1 piece of photopolymer, which makes it great for making tags. If you want to bulk produce something, every time you stamp, you've got 3 tags. If you want to do more than that, use one of your bigger clear blocks, you could do 2 sets at a time. Now, it's going to be a quick way to make tags. And the other thing is, the dies that come with it, they cut out all 3 tags together. So that's the thing I've never seen, where you get like 3 tags cut and stamped all in just 2 moves, 1 stamping, 1 cutting. Now there are some other little dies that go with the set, and I'll show you those in a few minutes. Let me just move that out of the way. But I'm going to show you just 1 set of tags and how to make them, and then I'll show you some of the things that I've made with them. So first, I'm going to show you what happens when you've stamped with them. So this is the Valentine's set, and I'm putting it onto my E-block because they fit just perfectly. One good tip with photopolymer is, as you take them off the little acetate sheet that they're on from this, just pop them down, let them rest for a second. Sometimes it's easy to distort them and sort of stretch them in a way that they don't need to be stretched. You won't get the right image. So I always just pop mine down, let it rest for a second or 2, and then put my clear block on top. And that way you know that they're not stretched, they're not distorted, and they're sitting nicely. Now, if you only wanted 1 of these, what you could also do is put it on a narrower block. And you could just get the one that you wanted. like that. Let the rest of it hang over the edge of the stamp block. Ink this part and just stamp that part. There's nothing to say you do have to print all three at the same time. But for this, we actually need all three. So I'm just going to let it rest, pop it onto here. And you can see that I've actually already stamped it. I just stamped it with black Memento ink, and I've stamped it onto a piece of coloured card. Oops, this is the Petal Pink card. And the dies, when you want to line those up, let me get these, they fit perfectly. You cut out all three together, and I've found that the easiest way to line them up is with a little bit of washi tape. So I've got a little bit, and I'm going to put them so that you can only just see where the edges of the stamp are. These new dies cut a lot closer than our old dies used to do, so you don't need a big gap around them. Okay, and I always start with this one on the left hand side, and I look at these pieces and think that's like a little face. I need two eyes, a nose and a mouth, and as long as I can see the little smiley mouth on both sides, I know that's lined up where I want it. Then I just take another piece of my washi tape and make sure that this one at the right hand side, I can't see any of the coloured card underneath. Then I'll pop another little piece of washi tape there, and then put it through the Big Shot or whichever cutting machine you have. And once they're cut out, let me get you some that I've already cut. Once they're cut out, you can start to design. Now, I really must admit that my favourites are the Christmas ones. But the first holiday season we've got coming up is Halloween. I don't usually do an awful lot for Halloween. I do some things with the preschool children and for trick-and-treaters coming around, but we don't have Halloween parties or anything. But if you did, or you wanted to make things for your trick-or-treaters, here I've used the little curvy die, the new one that we've got in the catalogue, and I filled it with Hershey's Kisses and just made a little pumpkin. And these are the leaves from the Colourful Seasons dies. I'm going to show you how I made this little tag, but first I want to show you another little candy thing that I made. This is just one of our gusseted bags with some Hershey's nuggets, and this is the middle tag, and this tag is actually my favourite one. It's got the little stitch edge round, and you can see I've also got two little faces on there, and that's what I was meaning about. I'll show you some of the other dies later. So all I did was I stamped in Memento Black on white card, ran it through the Big Shot, took these out, used the little embellishments which the other dies make, and also I cut out a set just plain in black because I thought that just set it off really. And then I put a little bit of black twine on to hold the tag on, and this is the black organdy ribbon with the little silver dots in. This is in the annual catalogue, and I thought that would be a great little gift for co-workers or for trick-or-treaters. It's really quick, really simple. Your tags are made very quickly, and so you could be finished making these 15 minutes tops. You could have a dozen, 20 even made. Okay, let me show you how we make this little tag. This is actually shown in the holiday catalogue, but I will just show you how we make it. So you start off with just this one part of the tag cut out, and I'm just going to find a little piece of scrap. Okay. And you need two colours of ink. You need Calypso Coral and you need the crushed curry, and I'm just going to use my sponge daubers. So I'm going to take out my crushed curry one, and I'm going to take out my Calypso Coral one. And it's just started to rain here. I'm just going to check that it's bright enough on here. Oh yeah, it's still okay. So with your crushed curry, you just need a little bit on your sponge. And we're going to start about 1/3 of the way down, and we're just going to sponge across. It's nothing too strong, and no real colouring skill or anything. You just need a nice yellowy colour ink all across. It's going to look like that candy corn. Okay, next with the clips of coral, we're going to do just the same again. And we're just going to do the bottom 1/3 in the orange. I'd never really seen candy corn until I went to the States. Must be about 30 years ago when I went to the States, and we happened to go at the end of August, and all of a sudden the stores were full of Halloween things, and there were these little candies that were white and yellow and orange, and I was in the big Walmart, and the people in front of me, they all had bags of them. And I asked one person that was in the checkout line, said, "What is that everybody's buying?" "Oh, it's candy corn. As soon as it comes out, everybody buys it." And this was August. I'd never known that people buy things in August ready for Halloween. But we bought a bag and brought it home. And I know why they sell it long before Halloween. It's because when you buy a bag, it's not going to last till Halloween. You're going to have eaten it long before then. So there we are. That's just the little candy corn tag. Let's move these and I'll show you the other little pieces that come in with it. These are the other 3 dies. The one that you've already seen, the jack-o'-lantern, that goes with the Halloween stamps. And then there are little hearts and little snowflakes. And here are the little snowflakes. I cut out quite a few in all different colours. Here we are. These have still got some of the little pieces left in. But they're the little snowflakes, and I love that they cut out 2 at a time so that you don't have to keep going and putting through the big shot a lot. And then these are the hearts, and you get 1 solid heart, one large solid heart, one that's just the outline, and then let me see, oh, I can't see the other one. The one that comes out of here is just a small solid heart. And then the last things are these little jack-o'-lantern faces. And what you will notice is there are 2 styles. There's one where it has the tooth on the bottom and one where it has the tooth on the top. So if you're using them as an embellishment, just remember that when you stamp, it has 2 different faces, so you need 1 of each. Don't do what I did and try desperately to make the one with the tooth at the top fit on this one that has the tooth on the bottom, because trust me, it doesn't work. So they're the little embellishments that go with it. Now, I want to show you some of the other things that I've made with the set, and I do have separate videos for those. I haven't finished making all of them yet, but I will be putting up the different videos just to show you how versatile the set is. You don't have to make tags at all. I've made some tags like this. I've made some altered tags. I've made cards. I've made all sorts of things with them. And let me show you some of them. So you've seen my Halloween little candy treat packs. Okay. These are the Valentine's ones. And what I did was I cut lots of the little die cuts out and I made them into a shaker card. So I used the tag, let's put those down. I used the tag part inside, just stamped onto white card, and then I cut out lots of the embellishments. Oh yeah. They're stuck now. And so, oh, I shouldn't have done it like that. I should have waited till it finished drying. There we are. So I cut out lots of the embellishments in different colours and had those in with the shaker card. And then the piece that I cut out from here, I used to make a tag. So I still used the tag pieces, and what I did was this shaped piece, which here it is in the Christmas one, because I don't have another of the Valentine's one cut out. I also cut it out in just plain gold card, put it behind it like this to make the cross, and then used it on my round circle to make a different kind of tag. So they were my Valentine's ones. Let's put them all in a pile here so you can see. So I have my Halloween and my Valentine's, and then my favourite ones are these Christmas holiday ones. And I started off by making an altered tag with them. And I used some of our currant punches and a little doily and just the one little tag on here, look. This is actually the cutest one. This is the one I like the best, the Express Your Elf. So that was a tag. Here's another tag that I made, and I made the cross the same way as I did on here. And I used a doily here. I just cut the very edges off. And just some ribbon and some twine. And then I made a Christmas card too. And I used the tag that has the 3 little holes in it each side and just threaded some twine through it. This is some of our new DSP from the holiday catalogue and one of the punches from the new catalogue. So it doesn't look like a tag at all on there. So I think it really is a very versatile set. So that's all the things that I've made for today. I do hope that you will have a go at making some of the things. Post a picture of what you make. Everybody's always really interested to see what you come up with. So post a picture, give us a link on my video, and everybody will be able to see then. Make sure you look at the links at the bottom of my video that show the other people who are in the group and see what they've made this time. So there we are, and I look forward to seeing you again when I make some of my things that I've showed you. I will be making a video about the shaker card. I'll be making a video about how to make the Christmas card, and also how to make the altered tags. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy this collaboration for this month, and that you'll tune in again next month on the first Wednesday to see what we're all making again. Goodbye, everybody.